Here we are. Here we is.
Here we is.
Here we be with Junior Pointer.
Hi.
And let's just clarify first of all, you have not left the group. Is
I
that
have not left the group. The Pointer Sisters are together. The Pointer Sisters just signed contracts with Motown. So we have a whole new career ahead of us to pursue.
Oh, okay. Well, let's get that out of the way. Then we'll focus on what we came to talk about. Now, you're with Motown now.
Yes, sir.
When are you going to start? When can we expect some material from the sisters?
Well, I would probably say that we'll be going in the studio around August, September, something like that. We're collecting material now. And that's the plans for the future. And it'll probably be out next year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why Motown?
Because Motown has been one of the foundations of the black community, and I think it would really, really help if we were to hook up and we had that black community behind us, because we've always been fighting for that. We've always been on the pop side of the charts more so than the R&B side. And so it would really be, I think, the right step at the right in the right time in the right direction to get together with Motown, Gerald Busby, and Dinah Ross, who's also stock owner in Motown, and to get that all going and flowing and get a black audience, a more black audience that we want.
Okay. Well, is the music going to
Change.
be more black? So
No, it's just going to be the Pointer Sisters as usual. I don't understand all these definitions and stuff too much, because to me it's putting everything in these little cubicles, and I don't like doing that. So I think that people are people to me. So it's not a black white issue. It's just to get out there and to reach more youth, more kids, and we have sold out concerts of forms and uh, domes, things like that, and larger audiences.
Well, I guess with all the success the group has that been a kind of a nagging thing? Why?
Yeah, it's been a nagging thing. Why can't we have like sold out concerts? Why can't we, get out of a excuse this Las Vegas-y trip? Which is, I mean, I love playing in Las Vegas, but sometimes it gets a little stiff, and I would like to reach more youth and have the kids really in tune with our music and what we've done in the past.
Okay. And did that general attitude have anything to do with how you approached the songs on this solo album?
Not really. I really just tell you the truth. But it's a good question. It really didn't. No. It just I was approached. I wanted to do a solo album, and CBS gave me a solo deal, and Carol Bear Sager wanted to be executive producer. It's her first project as executive producer, and it was just an exciting venture that I went on, and I really had a good time. I didn't think about Pointer Sisters issues or being a Pointer Sister. I just thought about myself, June.
Okay. Now, what made you decide to do a solo album at this stage in the career?
Well, I wanted to get a little individual attention, and I wanted people to know me as an individual also, and to know my first name, which is June, not one of the sisters, and I just wanted to get that relationship flowing, a more of an contact, one-on-one thing.
Now, is that something that you've been wanting to do or feeling the need to do for a long time?
Oh yeah, you feel the need for it, and it builds up inside of you, and it grows, and now it's like it's coming out of me finally. So it's been there for a while, and I've kept it, I've nourished it, and I have vocal coach Seth Riggs, and he's one of the best, and he's built up my confidence and my voice, and then we went from there.
Since you have been wanting to do this for some time, what are your feelings now that well, first of all, what were your feelings once you got started on it, maybe in the whole recording process, and now that it's all the album is finished, it's been released, the first single's out?
My feelings are I'm very excited and I'm very happy that I'm getting the feedback that I'm getting from the album. And it's just, I think it's one of the best startup points because this is my second solo album. This is not my first. And so my first album was more like conflicting in a way with the sisters, and I didn't like that, and it was like a lot of friction in there. So the second album that I'm doing with CBS is more of a timing thing. We timed it right. We didn't conflict with the Pointer Sisters schedules. We made sure that there was no interference there. So this album is smooth from the beginning. It's all fresh. It's nothing that's just, kind of, oh my God, what happened on that song. But everything was perfectly timed out, and I got to use a whole bunch of great producers, and that was hard and challenging, but it was worth it because they pushed me.
Okay, I do want to go through and ask you about some of the producers, but before I do that,
Okay.
I forgot. I wrote it down here and I forgot. Baby Sister was the other album. When was
Right.
that? When was that?
That was released in about, I would say, 80, 85, something like that, 85, 86. And the timing was just way off. And we even had to hold up the album before, like for 6 months after it was done to get it released. And so the timing just shifted, the ear starts liking other sounds, there's other things out there, programs. And so it just didn't gel. So that's what happened, and it just fell apart. And RCA was having problems at the time too, so everything was all screwed up.
Yeah, that was the label RCA.
For the first album.
Yeah. Now you said something about it conflicting with the Pointer Sisters. Is that why you had to delay it for those?
Yeah. I had to delay it because of timing, to where you'd have something out by the Pointer Sisters and then something out by me at the same time, which would be like a contradiction or something. But it's a lot of groups that are doing that now, so you know it works now, but then it didn't work at that time.
So I guess after 4 years, you're finally getting a chance to do it again. So
Yep, and it's working right this time. You learn from your mistakes, so it gelled real good.
okay, let me ask you about. Let's talk real quick about the first single, "Tight on Time." You got a little rap thing going in there.
Well, I have to stay up with this youth. My God, rapping is in. So yeah, I'm trying to rap a little bit.
Was that your idea, or whose idea was that?
Well, they sent the demo to me, Dean Pitford and Rhett Lawrence, who are the writers, and Red Lawrence produced it also. They sent the tape to me, and then I had like two other tapes to choose from because they wanted one more song on the album. This was the last song we put on there. And they said, well, we need one more song. And I was like, well, what is it that on this album that I don't have? What is it? What could it possibly be? And all of a sudden, it was like, that's it. And I listened to the other two songs, and they didn't have any rapping in it, but this one did. And I was like, okay, I'll try it. Let's go for it. Come on. And it worked.
Now, what was that like? Have you ever?
I've never, ever rapped, and it was very fun. It was cool, though, because I get into it now on stage, and I'm doing all this stuff like the rappers, and I watch the guys. I watch rap, MTV rap and stuff, and I like that, and it was cool.
Do you, you watch the videos and stuff, do you particularly enjoy rap music? Are there certain artists that you?
No, because I don't really know all the artists. I've listened to Ice-T, and I like, oh God, I like the OJ, not the OJs, but their sons. Laverne, right? And I like, oh God, it's just everybody's rapping now, so everybody is like, I don't know. It's hard. These names too are like, give me a break, you know? Okay, so you know who I like. You guys know the groups, so those are the kids I like. I like all the rap stuff. It's great, I think, because the kids can learn it and they can say it along with it. It's not like you're singing a long note or a high note, you know. It's something that everybody can go, yo, and dun 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 it, but you know, it's like really cool. So it's easy.
Alrighty. And now the bio said something about that song was inspired by the movie Working Girl. Is that accurate? You're rolling your eyes.
I have no idea about that. I don't know. Tight on time. Well, um, it could have been. I'm not sure because I'm not a writer. I don't know what inspired them to do it. I'm not the writer of that song, so.
Okay. But I guess in a general kind of way,
It could have, yeah,
it
tight on
talks about.
time, and it was like yeah, up at 9 and I'm out in the streets, and I'm working, push and shove, you know, and who's got the time to think about love, and so it's just like, yeah, I guess it could fit in there, yeah.
Well, I guess the idea, even just forgetting the movie for a second, I guess is kind of what you say is appropriate for the times.
Right, and I guess it could work as an executive, trying to deal with that 9 to 5 out there. So, yeah, I could jail to that. That makes sense. Maybe so. I don't know. Got me. Got me, babe.
Who's the guy in there doing the playing the DJ in there?
Oh, God. You are asking some hard questions now. Because I do not know. I'm looking in my purse here. Let's see. Who is the guy? We'll find out. That is doing the DJ part. Wait a minute here. Oh, blah, 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 blah. I don't see his name on here right now. I have no idea who the DJ is.
But he's somebody.
Yeah, he is somebody, though. We will figure this out. Let's see.
Do you know? I'm wondering if he was whether you know if he was an actual DJ from a station or is he an actor who they brought in? Do you?
I don't know. I wasn't even there. They had it done, and then I came in, and I'm like, wow. And actually, when he did this part, it was after I did my vocal. And so I was out of there back on the road with the Pointer Sisters. And then they sent me a tape of that version with his voice on it. I'm like, cool. No problem. I love it. And who are these guys anyway? I'm asking the same question and still don't know. So.
All right. Move on now. You mentioned the fact that you're working with a lot of different producers, and you said that was kind of tough. Can you explain what you?
Here, you can have that.
Oh, okay. Actually, I think
You got one?
We have the album.
Okay. Well, okay. Pardon? What was the question?
The different producers. You said that working with different people is kind of difficult.
It was a matter of adjusting to different personalities and different attitudes and opinions. Kashif was the hardest for me because he wanted a certain sound in a vocal that I really didn't know that I had until he pushed it out of me, and it was there. But I admire that in him. I mean, it was hard, and it was hard for me. I thought for a minute that I couldn't do it, and I felt like, oh no, I got to go through this, and I'm in New York, and it's like I wasn't at home, and I'm like, oh God, the world's crowding in on me. But I'm a warrior, I'm a fighter, and so when I went in there and he asked me to do something, I dug as deep as I could, and it came out, and it was like, that's it. Now sing it like that. And I was like, okay, thank you very much, finally, and it really did work. But a couple of times I was blocked. I stopped, because I wasn't sure of the direction or what I really could do. I had a lack of confidence in myself then that I think Kashif brought out in me. And he built up my confidence a hell of a lot because now I know the next time that if somebody asks me to do something like that, I will be able to find that space in myself. So
Was that a particular song, or that happened? Because I saw that he did about three different songs on the album, didn't he?
yeah, it was. I think it was one song. I think it was one song. The other songs didn't have to have that type of voice. And see, sometimes it's like a character, like if you're acting or actress, and you just, there's this character that you've never played ever, and it's like you can't even imagine yourself playing a character like that. But when it came down to it, and the time, and he said, okay, this is your chance, that you go for it. And I went for it, and I found out that I could play that character. And it was like, all right, shoot, thank you, Jesus, and it really came out good to where I'm proud of myself. I'm proud to know Kashif, and I would love to work with him anytime. Because he's like, come on, you can do this, And I was like, no, at first, I threw a couple of paper cups against the wall. I was like, oh. I mean, he didn't know this, but I went in the bathroom and I'm like, you know. But it worked out really cool to where everything that he told me to do, I ended up doing it. And I'm really proud of him and myself.
Okay. Now, which song was it that you had to slip into the
It was Love on the Line, which was that. It was actually Love on the Line, and um, Live with Me has a different voice on it that I've never heard me sing to myself. I listen to myself normally, and it never did. I never did know that I could have that type of a voice of a like of. It's sort of like a new addition or a young black vocal sound is what it is, and it really, I was like, he goes, singing young. I'm going, what do you mean? I am young, okay.
Well, what did he mean when he said sing it?
I don't know. I have no idea. He wanted that sound. He wanted that sound to just sing it young, that it's more of a facial sound than it is of a, oh, it's more, ooh, more, ooh, kind of in your face.
Okay, I get you. Now you work with Narda. Now this is, I'm not even gonna try to pronounce. That's
Narda, Michael, parlez-moi d'amour.
okay. I can say
Okay.
Narda.
Narda. It's like
Say the name
Narda
of the
French.
song. I can't say.
Parlez-moi d'amour, yeah. And that was a reject of one of the Pointer Sisters material. So I looked out there and got it. So Narda is the sweetest producer of life. He just fierce. He's just in and out, and you go in and okay, check you out. Okay, it's cool. Okay, we done. I was like, what? Is it? You're over? And it was great. It was the first session that I did, and I love the song. It's real fun because it's like a French girl coming on to, not a French girl, but a American girl coming on to a French person actually, and she doesn't understand what he's saying to her. He's like trying to swoon her with this, and she's like, what? That's okay, but I can read your body language, and that's more. I can relate with that.
Well, it's interesting you say an American girl coming on to a French guy, because I noticed when in the refrain when you're doing the title or whatever, there's kind of a sisterish sort of.
Yeah, right. So it's like, hey, I understand every word you say, babe, and it's like, okay, so it's cool. It's just one of those fun songs. It has this little story. Be a great video, Maybe we could go to Paris and do it or something, That would be neat. So we'll see. I don't know, but it was like we did it, and it just didn't gel with the girls, with the Pointer Sisters. So we left it, put it back in the can, and I always liked that song. I always liked it. And then when it came back around to Revolve, the demos were coming back when I was looking for material. It was there, and I was like, it's mine, okay? Please don't touch it, anybody, please. And it just it's a really good song, and the session was fierce. We even filmed the session. It was nice. Yeah.
Okay. Now, when was the song submitted to the Pointer Sisters? Is it
Oh
been a couple of
God, it
years?
was like I'd say a year and a half. Yeah, it was for our Hot Together album.
All right. And so it's been sitting around for a while
It was sitting and nobody knew about it. I think Whitney heard it. You know, I'm not sure because he'd done a lot of stuff for Whitney, and so she may have heard it. You know, but I was lucky and I got it, so I'm happy.
All right. Now you've got the duet on the song. Why can't we be together? Now, who's this young man you're singing with?
My friend Phil Perry, who's just as sweet as can be. We were at the studio. I was working with Burt Bacharach and Carol Bersiger at the time, and he was doing some demos for Barbara Streisand with Phil and Ramone. Now, Phil Perry, I walk by and I hear this guy singing. I'm like, you know. And so Carol came up to us and she asked me and my manager, Kayla Pressman, who, you know, maybe this song would be good as a demo. I mean, a duo, you know, two people singing it. And I was like, well, maybe so, you know. So we tried to use him, and we had him come in and just to sing along with me. And his voice, when me and our voices just kind of like, kind of vibrated together, and it was really magical. And the next day we came in and we did it, and it was like, well, we're just going to use his voice for now, and then, we're going to find somebody else to come in and sing this part. And I was like, why? Why? Because he's so good, Why do you want to change it? I mean, I don't care if nobody knows who this person is. Maybe it's time they know. I don't care if somebody doesn't realize this person has a wonderful voice or whatever, but maybe, it's time that they know, and it was just like giving this person an opportunity to shine, and I really hope that he gets some recognition from it. I really do, because he deserves it. He's just been doing demos, and he has a great voice, and he's got great energetic soul that comes out too in the studio.
Okay. Now tell me about working with Burt Bacharach and Carol Bayer Sager. I guess maybe she was more involved directly than he was. You say she was executive producer.
Oh yeah, executive producer, and Burt Bacharach. They wrote a song together. They wrote the song of the duo, that we're singing. Me and Phil Perry.
Here, I'll stop while you apply.
Oh, okay. You can go.
June is just putting her lipstick on now. We're gonna
Oh God.
take a break.
Okay, done. And Burt Bacharach and Carol Bersiger, they speak that their name speaks for themselves. They're monuments in the writing of Dionne Warwick's hits, and who knows, Friends. They wrote Friends, and it just won a major award. Yeah, I guess she was more involved. She got the people, the producers. She called them and asked them to work on this project, and she was like the stepping stone of the whole thing. She just she was there, to say, okay, well, we're going to do it this, and we want to get the best producers, and we want who has top 10 songs out now, and let's find out who these people are, and let's get them to work on this project with her and with me. And it really did, it worked out that, because she was excited, and this is her first project to do, so you don't want to go in your first time to have some, it's like, it's nothing embarrassing. You want to be proud of it. You want to go out there and say, yeah, well, as you see, this was my first project, so, hopefully she'll have a chance to do others if everything goes as planned.
Okay. All right. And had you known them prior to working on this?
No, well, Sandy Gallen, who is manager over Kayla Pressman, who manages me, he is the one who introduced us, and he's the one that kind of gelled us together, coached us to work together. So Sandy Gallen, whose offices we are in now, who manages Dolly Parton Patti LaBelle, and the Pointer Sisters, and June Pointer now. So it worked out fine.
Okay. Now, are your sisters involved in any way on this album? Do they show up?
Ruthie, yeah, Ruth did. I tried to get Anita too, but it just didn't work out. They didn't want to. This one song that I wanted her to sing on, they didn't want background actually on it.
What song was that?
Um, Put your dreams where your heart is. But they just wanted this one little spot. Put your dreams where your heart is. Just that. And so Anita didn't get to sing on it, but Ruth sang on it with David Foster's song and also Kashif's song.
Okay. All right. Well, can you? I guess I can go back. Well, can you? Do you know the titles off the top of your head, or go back and look it up?
What is it? How long?
Those three.
Right. Kashif did, she's singing on Food for Love, and she's also singing on How Long? Make Me Wait
Oh, okay.
by David Foster.
I'm curious about how things will develop once your album gets out, and then the sister, the family group,
Right?
when they get their thing going, or your partner,
Right?
I'm trying to figure out
Well,
the phrase,
no,
like,
no, no.
you
And they.
and
I
when
know.
you get your
Please,
thing,
I'm
and then
so
you get
confused. No, stop it. Stop it. Oh, God. Well, I think it's going to go good because um, me and my sisters, we've been around for what? 13, 12 years now almost. And it's time for us to get a break of an extension to where even like the family group, the Jacksons, I'm sure it won't be as dramatic as a change where, the Jacksons aren't out there as much and Michael's like, ugh. But I'm sure that it will be that attention that that I'm wanting, that I'm trying to get from the public, that it will, it probably will come to a point where I will be going on tour by myself, and that I will be performing and doing hopefully big concerts and stuff. But then it'll also be the point that I'm not gonna just get out. I can't. I can't leave the Pointer Sisters. I don't want to. It's something that I've worked on too hard to bring to this point, to where I just can't. There's nobody else that I could trust to take my position right now. So I just can't do it, and it's there, and it'll always be there. So I hope it'll work out. I don't know how, but it will. We will see. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Okay? Because people are people, and we're all human, and we need to have that separatism too, where you can do what you want, and it's not hurting anybody or conflicting with anybody else. And that's the thing that I really want to make sure that those things don't happen, of a misunderstanding of where it's, oh, well, June's out on her own, she's never going to do the Pointer Sisters ever again. And we used to love that group, the Pointer Sisters, and it's not going to be that. They'll be there because of our new career that we just signed with Motown, and so I got a lot to forward to look at that too. It's like, but there's over here too. So I'm like, and but it's something I want. It's a challenge, and I'm kind of like that. I like to challenge myself. I like to push it. I like to say, okay, maybe I can do this, and see if I can. And if I do it, I give myself recognition. Even if nobody else does, I'll give it to myself. All right. And that was cool, Jay. Shoot. All right. But it's I don't know what's going to happen when it does. But when it does, I'm sure it'll be real exciting, and it'll be a happy time for everybody. It won't be sad and, oh my God, the Pointer Sisters have broken up and la la la. No, there won't be any of that.
Okay. Now, well, I guess, well, you said they're involved with you on the record. How do they feel?
Excuse me. I have a slight cold.
Everybody in my office has that slight cold.
It's like lingering. Okay.
they feel about this project that you're involved with?
They are excited. They are so excited and they love it. And my sister was just out this past weekend clubbing, and they played it on KJLH, and just like ah, screaming, and I was like, okay, it's like cool. Okay? We heard your song on the radio. I was like, yay, thank God. But they're excited about it, and I'm doing Arsenio Hall coming up. They're excited about that, and also, I did Soul Train, and that'll be on June 24th, and Arsenio's June 1st. So they're excited. And I did AM Los Angeles, and it was like 8 in the morning. I had to get up and go and face the nation, right? Ah! So my sisters called me early in the morning, and it was like, oh my God, and they were talking to me over the phone on TV, and it was really cool. So, I don't want to they're part of me. We're almost like triplets anyway, Siamese triplets at that. And that's one reason I wanted to do the solo, because I want them to know that we aren't connected by the hip, okay? And we are individual human beings and separate people, and we do love each other very much, but we have our separate things too.
Well, it's good that they can enjoy your success without feeling, because sometimes it's weird.
Yes.
There's nothing else. There's that fear a lot of times. That what she says, you're not going to leave.
Right. But it's that fear is there. I mean, we're only human, but I really do commit myself to this point.
Well,
Oh,
some kind of.
hi.
Oh, have we reached the?
No, I just called to check on it because I had time to play now.
Oh, okay.
Oh, good.
Oh,
No
that's
problem.
lovely.
That's Kayla, freshman, my manager. Right.
Well, I guess because as I'm thinking back to that was been many years now. But when Bonnie left the group,
She left, right? 79. So it won't be one of those things. It won't be any of that, to where, whoa, oh my God, June's gone, now it's Pointer's a pair. It'll be, everything will be planned out in a way to everybody is happy, and everybody's just taking care of their shit. Excuse me, bleep.
What's Bonnie doing these days? Out of curiosity, now that she's been brought up.
Bonnie is in Florida recording an album, so I heard. That's all I can tell you. It's in Florida. That's all I can say. I don't know,
I
really.
get the sense of that warm.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Don't misunderstand me. I love my sisters. I love all my sisters. Don't ever say, misunderstand me there. Because it's not Bonnie. It's who I know Bonnie is. That's who I love. And if she wants to do her thing separately, fine. I can't knock her for that. That's her. That's her. She has her rights to do this. She is an individual. She has her rights. So I love her. Don't ever think I don't love my sisters.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
But I guess, because I remember around the time that Neutron Dance, a lot of those songs were beginning to happen, there was speculation that maybe she might.
Come back. No, I don't think there's always that speculation there. That's us probably sending it out, that we would like for her to come back and to come be a part. I regret that she ever left. It's more of a hurting thing than an anger thing. It's not something I'm mad at her. Or we don't talk. We don't talk as much as my other sisters do because she's in Florida, and because we just don't have that communication thing happening. But I miss her and I love her very much. Yeah. Don't mess with that one. It's serious. It is. It's a love, families, and families can be weird, And it's just like you don't want to get caught up in no family argument because then the family will turn on you, right? It's like two sisters fighting or something, and somebody comes in between that, and the two sisters then made up, and it's like, who are you, right? So that's a touch and go situation there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I guess I've been warned.
You are
I'm evil? Well, no, I'm just asking. Only because I guess the main reason I was bringing that up is I was thinking that that's something a lot of people in the listening community are going to harken back to.
Oh, right, when they see
that your album comes out, and that
But
it's
don't
maybe
forget.
brings questions in people's
Right.
mind. Why did
Don't
she
forget
leave?
that-
Do they all
that-
not get along with each other? Or-
Right. No, but don't forget that Bonnie did a solo album. I did a solo album before, and Anita's done a solo album. And Anita's album was out last year, which it's it's just the times have changed now to where they're not so particular about it's a group doing somebody's doing a solo. It's like, oh, that's what's her name from that group singing on her. Oh my God, wait a minute. They've grown up to that situation. I think the public has.
Oh, okay.
As far as I see, I don't know what you see, but that's my opinion.
I'm just asking questions. That's all.
Oh.
I'm looking here to make sure. Oh, June just tickled my knee. For those of you who watching by radio here.
Tell them everything.
Hang on a second. I want to make sure I didn't leave anything out. I think we got through everything I had written on this. Well, let me just clarify. Now, you say that now. I take it you're living here in L.A.
Mhm.
And where are your other two sisters?
They live in Los Angeles also.
Okay, everybody's in L.A.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And Bonnie's in Florida. And my brothers, I have two brothers also. One's in Seattle and one's in Nevada, Marin County.
Okay. All right. And on the back of the album, I was looking at the liner notes, and you said, "I want to thank both my mothers." No, we recognize.
Sarah Pointer and Joe Whitmore. That's my husband's mother. And that's my mama, JoJo. Yeah, in Arkansas. I love her. What a wonderful woman. She's great. And me and my husband, we've been married for going on 13 years now.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well, I saw that huge rock.
Get out of here. Give me a
Oh,
break.
see,
That's 10 years of hard sweat and labor, too, honey. Don't nothing come for free around here.
Now, being married and having a career, is that difficult, balancing the two? Do you have kids? Does that make it more difficult?
No, I don't have kids, but I have 2 dogs and 2 cats and fish. And I regulate sometimes. Sometimes it's hard, sometimes it's not. It's just like sometimes I miss my home life, and sometimes I miss the road. I want to get out and go. I'm just sick of the house, And then sometimes...
Speaking of husbands.
There he is? There he is. Come here, Bill.
What have we done this thing?
There's my husband right there. Bill Whitmore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what's this about you liking horror movies? You like horror movies?
Yes. And I had a nightmare last night because I watched a horror movie. I was like, oh my God, I was running all night from the Friday the 13th and Man with the Mask. Oh, I watched it Halloween, oh my God. And this morning I woke up, I was like, oh God, what happened? It was like...
Well, if you have nightmares, why do you watch them so much?
Well, I don't have nightmares. It was the one... That was that one night, last night. I never have nightmares.
So are you one of those people who waits for every Friday the 13th movie to come out and then you go right?
That was number 4 I watched. Yeah, The Return of Michael Myers. Yeah.
Oh, that's Halloween night.
Yeah, Halloween. Yeah. And I watched Jason. I watched all that. Jason, Rawhead Rex. Have you ever heard of that one? Ooh, that's fierce. Gotta go get it. Rawhead Rex at the video.
Rawhead Rex?
Rawhead Rex.
Tell me about Rawhead Rex.
Rawhead Rex is the ugliest monster in the world, and he is sickening. I'm telling you, it's just like, You can get the video at your local video store. Rawhead Rex. Be sure to pick it up if you're into horror.
Is he one of these slasher guys like?
No, he's something. He's just undescribable. I can't. I'm not gonna give it away. You have to go get the video. You have to get the video.
Oh, okay. I read in the paper they got a new Friday the 13th. Jason Takes Manhattan.
Get out of here! No! Oh no!
That's coming out this year.
No! Oh God! Well, that should be funny because the last one was not good at all. I didn't like that one with that girl and stuff. But yeah, I'm a horror. I want to be in a horror movie. I would love to be in a horror movie. I'd love to even be part of directing it or something, you know. Because sometimes they get out of control. It's like, who's gonna go sneaking around hearing some weird noise? It's like, I would be gone out the door the other direction, calling help. Anybody here? You know.
This feedback problem.
Okay. Yeah, I'd play a monster. I'd love to play a monster, but if I play a monster, I want to be a clever monster. I don't want to be just laying there and then they come and blow me up and all that. I'd like to rather be something like it's hard for them to get rid of. It's like, God, where is this coming from? Please get out of here. But and then I like to be the character too in the horror movie because there's some of them are so stupid to where it's like, give me a break. Don't go there in their room. Didn't your friend just come out of there with his face slashed off or what? And they go in there and it's like, so I want to make a realistic sort of, where, yeah, that person's running out the door screaming what I would do, right? Or something, something for real. Make it more really, like realistic, like Exorcist, stuff that makes you wonder, God, this stuff really could happen here.